Hey there, it's me again. I'm here with my skin routine, and I'm going to use the same kind of strategy that I use for my clients when they're competing, but obviously different colors because I'm like a ghost right now. And I'm even worse because I used a green concealer. This is by Coastal Scents, and the color's right here. It's kind of, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of bright, but it's a sort of mint green concealer. And what that does is I just took a little, little concealer brush. And I'm sorry there's not a number on this, but it's by Crown Brushes. And they have awesome brushes, and they're inexpensive. And they're every bit as good as my super expensive brushes. They're just great. I can't say enough about them. So if you're looking for a good concealer brush, it's really small. This is a great one. And all I did is I spot concealed because my skin's pretty red and I have a tendency toward blemishes, so I really have to be careful. And just kind of took that green concealer, and I didn't go under my eyes, but I did anywhere that was kind of red. As you can see, I'm like kind of ghostly, but I'm much more even now than I was earlier when I was doing the eye video. And now I'm going to go in with my foundation, and this is the same foundation that I use on my clients, just a different color. It's MAC Studio Sculpt. I like it because it's gel based and it's buildable. So if I need a little more coverage on a client, I can use this, and it just really, it's medium by itself, kind of a medium coverage, but I can really layer it if I need more. And typically I use NW45 on a client, but if their color's a little bit darker, I may add a little NC50. That warm and that cool together just creates a really beautiful match. So you should be fine with NW45. I would just get like a concealer palette like this Coastal Scents one. And so you have a variety of concealers if you need it. If you don't, then don't get it. Just stick with NW45. Okay, what I've done here is I've put a little bit of the color on the back of my hand. Make sure your hands are clean, obviously. I was hand sanitized like crazy. And then take a MAC 187 or some kind of stippling brush. The Makeup Geek website that I mentioned before has a stippling brush, but they're out of stock a lot. And Crown Brush also has a stippling brush. This one's dirty because I use it every day, and I didn't clean it this morning before I did the video. But it's a dual fiber brush, so it's white, and then the black fibers underneath, and it's kind of firm but not super firm. And this is how I stipple foundation on, and truthfully it's just as good as if you were to get airbrushed. And in my opinion, it's better because you don't have that, like, you're not locked in. You can't not get it wet or something. So I just kind of dot a little on here, and then I'm just going to kind of dot a little on my skin. And you don't have to get super close to your eyes. This actually goes on really quickly and really easily. A little up here. Just make sure it's nice and even, and this really gives a beautiful airbrush finish. And just kind of blend it down. If you're using Dream Tan, you're going to want to blend this down really well, and just make sure that with the stippling brush, you're kind of blending in the Dream Tan and the foundation so that it looks seamless. Okay, so no big deal if you missed anything, because we're going to go in now with that same, and I'm going to put a little more foundation on my hand. You're going to go in with that same little concealer brush, and I'm just going to take a little more of that foundation, and I'm going to go around my nose and make sure it's perfect. And then you might need to get like in your hairline and around your ears, just really paying close attention to the spots. Make sure they blend in with your skin. And this is really important because if you're contrasting your normal skin to the tanned skin, you really want to make sure that everything's blending super well, and up in your hairline and all that good stuff. Okay, and then you can take a concealer, and I'm going to use the same palette from Coastal Scents, and I like to use a shade lighter underneath my eyes just to kind of add some dimension. So you may want to use, if you get this palette, you may want to use this middle one here for underneath your eyes, but I'm going to use the lightest two. And just kind of touch up, make sure everything's nice and smooth. If you have dark circles, you may need to use a green corrector, but I don't remember you having dark circles, but so you might be okay. But sometimes if you don't have enough sleep or whatever, I say you, but I mean anyone, you know what I mean. Okay, so that's that. That actually goes on pretty quickly. Little blemish down here to take care of. Okay, so that goes on pretty quickly. The next step is powder. Now, for powder, you can use either of these powders because they're translucent. I use these every day. I use these on clients. These are fabulous powders, and you can use either one of these is fine. This little one, and you can get the little ones. They just fit better in my train case, but they also have big ones by Makeup Forever. It's their HD powder. It says professional, but you can get it at any Sephora or online, makeupforever.com. And this, I think this is a pro product, but anyway, it's MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Finishing Powder. And again, it's translucent, so, you know, you can use it. It just matches perfectly with anything. It's clear, so all this does is kind of matte out your skin so you don't look super shiny. I'm going to use Makeup Forever today, I mean, either one is perfect. And all you do is I'm just taking a big brush. I think this is a 150, MAC 150 brush, but any kind of bigger blush brush will do. I said blush brush, but I meant powder. You know what I mean. Or maybe you don't. So I'll clarify. Okay, so you just kind of brush that over. And then typically what I do right now is I'll add a little mascara. I didn't bring any waterproof mascara out, but anything like Great Lash or anything from the drugstore is fine. People stress out about mascara, and really mascara is, the majority of mascara is the same, but the wand is what's so different. So I love, I think it's made by Maybelline, Great Lash mascara, that or Voluminous. I think L'Oreal makes Voluminous. Those are two great mascaras that there's nothing wrong with those mascaras, and they're relatively inexpensive. Okay, for blush, for my competitors, I'll show you what I use. I hope I have it out here. It's called Fever by MAC. It may not be out here, but anyway, it's called Fever by MAC, and it's a kind of red-based brick colored blush. Looks really, really pretty with tanned skin. You want something that's kind of redder, because if it's not red, then it tends to be, if it's like more of a brown base, it tends to just look dirty on your skin. So I like something that's a little bit brighter and more red based. But today I'm just going to use, this is a pretty everyday blush, Mocha by NYX. This is a great blush. So all you do is, this is a crown. It's from the Italian Badger collection. It's called IB106 Angle Brush, and it looks like this. It's from the Crown Italian Badger collection. And all you do is just kind of contour the blush underneath your, you know what, some people go like that, and it's not really necessary, but just kind of contour that blush, focus on the apples of your cheeks, and then just kind of pull up. And what you also can do is kind of like this. I wouldn't probably do this on stage, but this is just a general makeup tip. I do this on my brides and whatnot, prom girls, all that stuff. Okay, so you just kind of pull the blush up, and that's kind of that. The final step would be just lipstick, and I always recommend one of the long wearings, because then you don't have to fool with it. And I like I have a couple that I kind of switch back and forth. One's called Sappho by MAC, Sappho, I think. And the other one is, yeah, here's Sappho by MAC. It's got 2 ends. This one's the longwear, and this is the gloss for over top. And it's the Pro Longwear collection, I think. This is called Pro Longwear Luster. It's luster because of the gloss. It's a little bit sparkly. Or Stuck on You by MAC is a good one. But this is also a Rimmel one. This one's hard to find. It's called Old Flame. It's very similar to the MAC one, but if you're looking to save money or if you don't want to buy the MAC one, this is a really pretty one. But some kind of color like this will be really beautiful on stage. And that's that. That's pretty much it. It just takes some practice, but really this look isn't super, super difficult. Just take some practice and leave the lid light, and then contour on the outside so it looks more cat-like. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. And best wishes, and let me know how it goes. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.